Yo, what is up everyone? Today we are going to be making some ribs and we're going to be doing it in a pressure cooker and air fryer. So doing a bit of a combo situation because I have one of those, the Foodie's a pressure cooker and an air fryer in one. And we should see if we can make some tasty ribs without needing to do like a 3-hour smoke or a long time in the oven. So we can get some tender ribs during the pressure cooker and the air fryer to get a bit of barkiness to it. So let's see how this goes, shall we? Let's get started. Alright everyone, let's get started with our rib pressure cooker air fryer combo. Hopefully easy meal thing we're doing. So to start off with, we are going to be making our rib rub. So yeah, let's grab out all the ingredients that we are going to need for this rib rub. Alright, let's get a bowl. So we are going to need half a tablespoon of brown sugar, half a tablespoon of garlic powder, half a tablespoon of smoked paprika. I think we need just a little bit more brown sugar. Like that. And then 1 tablespoon of salt. And now for the secret ingredient, which I'm using a Josh Wiseman recipe for barbecue ribs. And he used coffee in this one. So let's try it with a tablespoon of coffee, shall we? So yeah, a tablespoon of finely ground coffee. Now, just gonna mix this all together and get it nice and, I guess, incorporated. All right. So we'll just leave the rub to there. Next thing to do is to prep our ribs. And there's not much else to it. So yeah, the ribs. So we're just gonna get it out of the packet. Alright, look at that. Just gonna give it a quick pat down with some, just give it a quick pat down with a paper towel. Oh, there's 2 sets of ribs here. Oh, I didn't realize I was buying 2. Okay, that's pretty sick. Which means that I will need to, oh no, it should be okay. That is actually really cool. Look at all that, all right. So we'll just give it a bit of a pat down. Not too much, but just a little bit. I'm just gonna get a tray. It's not fully dry, but that's okay. And we are just gonna kind of, we need to cut it into smaller pieces so they will fit into the pressure cooker. All right. Now we just sort of get a nice rub going. Obviously this is the back side, so we don't need to put as much on this side, I think. I think the better side is the actual meaty side. This side is what we want it. So I think if we can, we'll try and get all of the ribs cooked today. Just because it's a bit easier. But if not, we can let this marinate in the dry rub in the fridge overnight. Or if I'm hungry tonight, I'll just have more ribs. That is the ribs rubbed down. Look at that. Looks beautiful. And we'll just let that sit to the side for now. If you're not doing a pressure cooker method and you're doing like an oven or slow cooker or whatever, or a smoke or whatever, you probably just chuck it in straight away, to be honest. But we're doing a pressure cooker, which is a little bit quicker. And what I want to do before we put it in is make the barbecue sauce that will lacquer for the air fry section. So the dry rub is for the pressure cooker, and then we'll make a barbecue sauce for the air fry section to get that sort of like glistening look, hopefully. So yeah, I think a lot of these are the same things we'll be using anyway, so we'll just grab a few more ingredients and we can start making the barbecue sauce. All right, so got a bit of a better view now, and we are just going to be adding in to this pot. So what we're going to make is making a barbecue sauce. First time making a barbecue sauce, so this should be cool and interesting. we are going to need a cup of ketchup, or I'm just using tomato sauce. Yeah, close enough. All right. We'll add in half a cup of water. Then let's add in a quarter cup of brown sugar. Like that. Tablespoon of garlic powder. Tablespoon of smoked paprika. Alright, close enough. Then 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. We'll just add in, yeah, that's enough there. Tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. No, two tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And 2 tablespoons of just standard white vinegar. Alright, and that should be all we need. Start up the thing, and let's just put it on to just a low. We just want it low and simmering for about 30 minutes. So yeah, we just sort of let this simmer away for about half an hour. See you then. Okay, so it's been about half an hour-ish. Let's give it a taste. Got that vinegary-ness. I don't know. I think that's good. There's a lot of sputtering going on as well. So, we'll just let that go over here to the side. And then it's time for the pressure cook. Alright, here we have the pressure cooker. Little rack thing. So, I think we can be a bit... Alright, I think we'll just do two goes, so that's about 500 grams. And then we'll put the rest of our ribs just in the fridge. And let that just sit with the rub. I'm sure it won't hurt. Okay, and next up we need to add some liquid. Alright, we'll just add in 240 mils of apple cider vinegar. So 240 mils is about a cup. Alright, and we're going to put it on to seal. We are going to be doing pressure cook on high for, yeah, let's do 22 minutes. And we'll just let that go. Alright, so it's been, yeah, it's cooked for 22 minutes and then 5 minutes in the natural press release. So let's just, oh my, oh my. Look at that. Oh, it just kind of goes off. Very tender, very tender. For you guys to see, look at that. I mean, you can't really see that well, but right there. Oh. Not too shabby. Okay, we'll empty out this. Now, what I meant to do is I meant to let this cool down and chill before air frying it, but I am hungry. Because otherwise it just kind of falls apart, as you can kind of see already. Actually, you know what? I will let this cool down. We'll do things properly, and this will allow me to go get something. So I'm just gonna let this cool down for 15-20 minutes, and then we're gonna chuck it back into here. I'm gonna air fry it for, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe? It's hard to say really. See you in a bit when this has cooled down a little. Yeah, so let it cool down for about 15 minutes. It's firmed up a little bit, so it's a bit more easier to like deal with, I guess. That's the best way to put it. We're just gonna flip these over. They look fucking good though. We will just grab our sauce thing and we'll just kind of slap it on. And obviously I'm just gonna flip these over as well, but just so we get both sides nice and barbecued up. They're kind of in the way, but yeah, look at that. Yeah, so just spread it on. And I'll put this in here. Let's move this over a little bit, and just so I can flip these over without spilling too much sauce all over the place is the main idea. Okay, I'm glad I let it cool down because it's a lot easier to work with. It was just falling apart before, which is a good thing. Slap this on. Just give it a cheeky look. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, air fry it. Let's go the highest. Let's do 6 minutes and see how this goes. I don't really know. There isn't too many recipes which do a pressure cooking and air frying. There's some like pressure cooking and then chuck in the oven, but none with air frying. So see how this goes. If it's not the kind of look I want, I'll add a bit more. But yeah, see you in 6. All right, it's been 6 minutes. Let's have a look-see. Ooh. I mean, it's not bad, but I think we can go for another 4 minutes maybe. Maybe another 6. It's not crispened up too much. All right, let's do another 6. I'm hoping to get a little bit of like a kind of brownish, burnish, like almost burnished, burned kind of look to it. Like that's kind of what I'm going for. So we'll see how this goes. All right. Now this is what I am looking for. That. Look at that. All right. Let's chuck it onto a plate. Yeah. I mean, look at that. Look at that. All right. Let's give it a taste test, shall we? All right, look at that. Look at that. I mean, that looks really good. I guess we should do the old, apparently the test is if you can slide out the thing. Not quite, but it does come off very easily. Comes off very easily. Oh, that is tender. It just kind of pulls apart. Oh. Oh my God. This is so good. This actually turned out really good. Really tender. Mmm. Mmm. The barbecueness, crispiness, tenderness. This is fire. Just slides off the bone, which is exactly what you want. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Honestly, it turned out so good. 100%, this is the way to go. Pressure cooker plus air frying it, perfect. You get that tenderness and that kind of, and all that sort of, yeah, that really tenderness, softness you get from the pressure cook in only 20 minutes, 22 minutes. And then you air fry it for another 12 on the high to get a nice sort of crust and caramelization on it. Damn. So all up, if you do cooking time, it's probably 20 minutes plus 15 to 10 minute cool down, then another 12 minute. So what's that? On an hour for some super tender, yeah, super tender ribs. Super tender ribs. It just comes off the bone. So obviously you can shorten the cooking time by, you know, making the rubbing it in, then chucking it into the pressure cooker straight away, then cooking it for 22 minutes. And while that's going, you make the sauce. Because by the time you've cooked them, let it cool down, the sauce should be ready. So then when all that's cooled down, the sauce will be ready. You just lay it on and then you cook for another 12. And it's like 40, like under an hour for some amazing ribs. Instead of doing like a smoker for 3 hours or an oven for 3 hours. Wow, fuck. 100% recommend. Especially if you have like a Instant Pot or a foodie like this. pressure cooker, air fryer, bam. What a combo. What a combo. Give this a go. 100%.